if the boys go to the range, yeah, I'm best for them.
Bro, bring an extra pair of gloves for me, bro. Smack.
Great.
No, don't worry.
It's all crusty.
So I took my training out of his t-shirt and then it falls down the crack.
I need to find mine. I think mine's still good. I used mine earlier this spring. I went to Massachusetts, bro. It was honestly cool. Dude, I hit an absolute fraud. I hit like 270. I hit like literally like 270. I've seen Aiden LaJoy hit like 450. Not even joking. This kid overshot the green at one stage. It's one of the front nine. It's like one of the really long ones before you go over the road. He literally hit it over the green. Not even joking. You're gonna ask Gilmore. I think it was just Gilmore. Mine either are dead on or they go super far and then it's going other way. Yeah. Like I hit an absolute piss missile. So I just sit on my lap. It's like awesome to watch.
We were talking about it the other day, and I think we have an idea. You throw out the tail, right? And get the middle part.
She has to speak, I don't have to speak. I handle things out.
I think you'd look good with this. Hi, Liam. I definitely did not have a $20 bill. My first 2 years, I was trying so hard to get a 10, a 5, like 5. Actually, not even 5 ones. Not even 5 ones. I'm pretty sure I definitely had $15. And I ended up with a 20. And you got half again? Thank you. It's the worst water. Yeah. I couldn't think of the words, so I just said that. Are they new tread?
Did you cut your hair?
Is it new tread?
Yeah.
So it's a brand new tire. No.
I'm gonna go and there's gonna be a one tire minion.
Jason takes it and just drives around with a yellow tire. Bruh, it's so dumb that there's no proof this is.
You don't want to be old people. Ethan, hi. Why are you not at the crosswalk table?
What costume table? Logan Davis.
Maybe. I'm not.
Yeah. I don't get why girls change their dress. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Waste of unless you like
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have everybody's attention. Welcome to the 2021 Just Desserts Awards Evening. A couple of reminders before we get going. Those of you at tables and are socially distanced, and obviously if you're with your members of your household or family, you do not have to wear masks while you're at your table. A reminder for everybody to please turn off or silence your cell phones out of respect for all of the speakers this evening. To all of the student athletes, I'm going to be up front and apologize if there are any errors, omissions, mistakes, somebody's name spelt wrong. I'm hoping that we've knocked it out of the park and we've double-checked and triple-checked, but if there is a mistake, it certainly was done unintentionally and would be my mistake, not my assistant's mistake. And then in terms of the coaches, we obviously will be moving through the awards by season. I will communicate with the coaches. They will come up and sit in our Laker chairs. I'll introduce the first speaker, and then each coach will introduce the coach that follows them, and a program will be left on the podium. I know somebody's going to end up grabbing it when you're done, but if you please will refrain from taking the program that's on the podium, that would be very helpful. With that in mind, I would like to welcome the Varsity Club President, Logan Davis.
You guys hear me all right?
Yep.
Hello, everybody. and welcome to Just Desserts. My name is Logan Davis, and I have the honor of being this year's Varsity Club president. I'd like to begin by congratulating and thanking all of my fellow athletes and their parents for making this very tough year a successful one. I would also like to thank the coaches, volunteers, our athletic trainer, and our athletic director for their hard work and dedication to the athletes of Lake Region. Having grown up with a three-sport athlete with autism in this community, I'm extremely grateful for all my teammates and coaches. Playing with the same teammates since I was very young created a strong bond between everybody. Some of my teammates taught me what a kind person was, and others taught me to be myself. The members of those teams I would later call friends helped me through the hardest years of my life. But my luck didn't end there. The coaches I have had in the last 4 years have had some of the biggest impacts in my life than anybody else. I have been extremely fortunate to have had coaches who have the drive and competitive nature to want to be successful, and have coaches who are caring and kind and treat their athletes with love and respect. The three main coaches in my high school career taught me that the best way to support somebody is to be caring and kind, that passion and hard work are all you need to be successful, and that it is okay to get angry sometimes. And for that, I will always be grateful. Without my experience through sports with my many teammates and coaches, my life would hardly be the same, and I would not be anywhere close to the person I am today. Yet again, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all the athletes and coaches in this room and congratulate the award winners tonight. Thank you, and good luck to all the teams in playoffs.
He's so cute.
Thank you, Logan. I would also like to welcome all of you to our Just Desserts Athletic Awards evening. Welcome to the grandparents, parents, relatives, coaches, supporters, and our student athletes. Thank you for taking the time to come out and celebrate a year full of memories. To me, this is a special evening where we can recognize the best of the best. Tonight we honor student athletes that have made a significant impact on their team. We honor our athletes that are high achievers in the classroom as well as the field of competition. We honor our top male and female athletes, our Coach of the Year, and our male and female Sportsmanship Award winners. I'd like to begin with a couple of thank yous myself, and just because I know these two young ladies are very emotional and I'm not, and I don't want them to start crying or anything, so I just want to say that I couldn't do the job that I do, nor would athletics run as smoothly as it does without these two individuals. So if Julie Johnson and Courtney Roberts could please come forward. I do want to take this opportunity to say thank you to the parents that are here tonight, that have spent countless hours in attendance supporting your child. Spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars towards your child's endeavors, and simply being present for your child. Parenting is the toughest and the most rewarding job that there is. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your journey. I hope it's been a great ride for all of you. How about a round of applause for all of our parents that are here this evening? To our coaches, thank you for all that you do for our student athletes. You play such an important role in the development of our youth. Thank you for understanding your role and making a positive impact on our student athletes. I found this quote, created by a student athlete that I think really hits home to me, and I quote, "An excellent coach is hard to find, difficult to part from, and impossible to forget," end quote. Seeds that you all have planted this year will harvest into tremendous leaders in the future. Thank you to all of our coaches. At this time, I would like to ask all of the fall coaches to please come forward and to remain seated in the Laker chairs. And while they're coming up, we're going to kick things off with a slideshow from the fall. And before we get to that, I just want to make sure that we give big kudos and proper respects to John Mayo and Kevin Murphy for the countless hours that they've put into live streaming, taking photos, and also putting this slide show together. So big round of applause for those two gentlemen. And if the fall coaches could please come forward. They do such a great job of capturing so many memories, so thanks again. A couple of other quick thank yous. Again, I'm going to keep these brief, but a young lady that I know has run into some difficult times and who is the face of Lake Region Athletic Boosters and has just been a rock to our student athletes and then has put in an incredible amount of hours, and I would like Stephanie Davis to come forward to please be recognized. Most of you in here probably don't know this, but during an incredibly difficult time when we asked bus drivers not to stop, when typically after away games we would stop and feed our student athletes, the lunch ladies, who have had absolutely no time off since the pandemic started, serving lunches throughout our community all summer long. They were also packing coolers and sending our student athletes on every away trip with lunches to make sure that everybody was provided for. So I seriously doubt any of them are here, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Amy Gedney and all of the lunch ladies. They have gone above and beyond for our student athletes. So thank you to all of them. Okay, to kick off the fall season, I would like to introduce Mr. Ryan Scheibel, who will be talking about volleyball.
Yeah, I'd like to first start off and just thank Coach Drew, Ms. Johnson, and Principal Thornton for their support. It's always appreciated, but especially during this past season. As players for any sport, sometimes it can be difficult to find your role or your way to commit on a team. You end up showing up to drills and games, and you're kind of going through the motions. And as coaches, we want to support them. We want to support our players to find their role, to find their passion, so they feel they are committed and contributing to the overall team. And I would say the player I'm nominating tonight definitely did that, definitely found her role as a middle hitter. I found this quote to kind of back that up in regards to talking about commitment. Famous track and field athlete Art Turok once said, "There's a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in doing something, you do it only when circumstances permit. When you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results." Well, I can safely say this player definitely followed that mantra. She always put pressure on herself to kind of excel and work hard at every practice and every game, and she contributed to not only developing herself as a player, but looking for ways to improve our team as a whole. She would always ask questions, kind of studying up on the different formats and lineups. Coach, what if we tried? What about this 5-2 or 6-2? What if we change this around? So to me, as a player, looking more and studying the game itself is a great representation of a player who is committed and wants to not just play the game, but understand the game and find ways to contribute. This player during last season showed that commitment on the court, accrued 42 digs, 64 kills, 36 blocks, and 5 aces. Incredible numbers, and she should be very proud. And I'm also very proud to share with her that she will be continuing her passion as a volleyball player at the University of Maine at Presque Isle women's volleyball team next fall. Congratulations, Freedom Potter. Please come up so I can give you this award. like to introduce Coach Kilbourne for golf.
Thank you. I'm going to cut right to the chase. For varsity golf, this year's recipient is Noah Dupre. I'm going to make him stand here while I say a few words about him. Noah led the team, has for the last 2 years. Hopefully will again. And actually, if you recall, last year really was an abbreviation of a full year. We practiced a little more than half the number of days and played. However, Noah had a banner year. Noah ended up finishing in first place in the qualifier tournament held in Natanus. And that was a pretty good achievement. He followed it up 10 days later, playing in the state championship and finished in 5th place overall with all the state golfers in Class B. My compliments to him, his fine work and effort, and got a few little trophies and mementos of it, and I'm sure he wants to get back there again next year. There was a time when he finished 5th, and I didn't tell him, although he may have known it at the time, he was leading the tournament late into the match. And something happened from his 12th hole out that he doesn't really want to remember very well. He led the team in average. He's led the team in average for all the teams I've coached. This is was my 18th year of coaching golf here. No one could beat him in that group. And I had some good golfers. I had a #1 in the state a few years ago in that tournament, but he wasn't as consistent as Noah has been. Noah ended up with a 37.45 average for 22 rounds of 9 holes. I'd like to shoot a 37 once in 100 rounds. And I've played a lot of golf. So with that ado and so on, I'm hoping that a lot of others here would be inspiring enough to come and challenge him and come out for the golf team next fall. We also had on the golf team a young lady that demonstrated an ability to be liked by everyone. She liked the game of golf. She was maybe a little better as a skater or in another sport, but she grew to like golf with a passion. I talked about her a little bit last year in this meeting, and this year I have the pleasure of announcing her as the Rick Worthley Memorial Golf Award, given to an athlete playing golf who has shown outstanding dedication and commitment to the game of golf, and she has done that. And that is Chappie's daughter. Thank you. Girls soccer coach, Mr. David Jager.
All right. Can everybody hear me okay? There we go. Okay, perfect. Not made for short people. All right, So I want to start off by saying this year was definitely a very interesting year. A lot of things to overcome, a lot of situations we found ourselves in that are definitely firsts for, I'm sure, most of the coaches that are here. So I just want to say a big thank you to everybody, coaches, parents, players, for being as understanding and supportive as you were this year, to all of us coaches, because as much as we put in, it's great to get something back. And the support we received this year was just absolutely outstanding, especially from my girls team. So anybody that's out there, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Getting on to what's important. So this year, it was very tough for me to make a decision. This year, the girls soccer team had some outstanding players, girls that I've had for 3 years that have done everything I've asked and have played outstanding. But it does come down to one. And I racked my brain for a long time thinking about how was I going to take this wonderful group of young ladies and boil it down to one person. And what I came up with were 3 things: leadership, work rate, legacy. The person that deserves this award showed outstanding qualities in all 3 of those categories. Leadership. She wasn't the loudest person on the team. She wasn't the one out front that everybody followed because you could hear her voice the loudest or because she was the most boisterous. She was the quiet leader. She was the one that gave her all at practice, at games. She was the one that people wanted to emulate when they stepped out on the field. It's important. You know, I think there's more to be said about somebody that can lead a team quietly than the one that steps out front and has the most to say. Work rate. She played 3 years on varsity. She started 3 years on varsity. And she played just about every single minute of every game on varsity. And she played in the center midfield, which, to my knowledge, is the toughest position on the field to play because you run no matter what. If we're on offense and we have the ball, you're running. If we're on defense because we lose the ball, you're running. So the fact that she was able to keep that up every single game, every single minute for 3 years is something to be impressed about. And finally, legacy. 3 years ago when I took over the program, I said, I want to do things a little bit differently. I don't want to change them up completely, but I want to change things a little bit. I want to focus more on what we're trying to do rather than where we're trying to go. I'm not worried about the goals being scored. I'm worried about maintaining possession of the ball, passing the ball around, and opening up chances. And when I look back, I really thought about what player is it that really embodies what we set out 3 years ago to do. And I thought about it, and I said, there's one player who every time she got the ball, she knew what she was going to do with it. Every time she was out there on the field, she was the one things moved through. And at the end of the day, when I look back at these past 3 years, she was the one that was in the driver's seat, making sure that we were headed in the direction that we want to. And so tonight, I want to say thank you, and I want to congratulate Mackenzie Siebert. All right, guys, thank you. I will call up Coach Ryan Harlow, boys soccer.
You're Ryan! Thank you for everybody coming tonight. Thank you, Paul, Julie, Courtney. You guys did a lot of work this fall to get us onto the field. I've been able to watch this player grow from a skinny freshman to a that was nervous about challenging every single ball, to a young man that would not step down from a challenge. Each year his confidence grew. We knew he was a special player from the coaching staff. This past fall, he was given a new challenge as captain. He did not skip a beat and excelled to a new level leading the team with 13 goals, 8 assists, in 8 games. His ability to put the team on his back was remarkable. He could score from anywhere on the field, right foot, left foot. He led the team in scoring 3 out of the 4 years at Lake Region. He was named to the Western Maine Conference Honorable Mention last fall, 2 years ago, and was selected to the Western Maine Conference All-Stars and Southern Maine Class B Regional All-Stars this fall. In the community, he never shied away from helping out. He helped from youth clinics to the middle school practices, and you could always count on him. He could be found on the field every weekend during the soccer season refereeing in the Lake Region area. This young man was one of many factors as to why we had a successful season this fall. I'd like to present the 2021 Boys Soccer Varsity Award to Jason Harlock.
You're looking so spiffy, Jason.
Up next is Coach Webb.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for coming. I too want to give a big thanks to Coach True, our athletic director. I know that there are not a lot of athletic directors out there who fought to keep our sports going. And so I know I really stress to my girls, we need to make sure that we are thankful for every moment we are on this field and make sure that you thank Coach True. So again, thank you for fighting for us to be able to play sports, for the players, you athletes. I know how important it is. And I'm just really excited that all of you were also able to have your season. Congratulations to each athlete here and all of you coaches. My award 2021. This year's Field Hockey Varsity Club Award recipient is an outstanding young lady, an outstanding athlete with outstanding qualities. I really could go on and give details, but I won't. I will keep it short. Her game improved throughout each season since her freshman year. Some athletes become complacent once they become a varsity starter, but not this young lady. She has a positive attitude, a desire to be the best that she can be, and a work ethic that is tough to match. She doesn't get down on herself. She may be disappointed in her performance, but she always turns that into an opportunity to improve her game. She's a great teammate, well-liked by classmates, and a great leader. May you continue to soar and achieve your goals and your dreams. Congratulations to Allison Vogel. And after me is football. Coach True is doing football.
I'm just the younger version of Coach Shea. I was being serious, but that's all right. The Football Varsity Club Award. Character is often revealed when tested by adversity. When finding out there wasn't going to be a traditional football season, this young man was devastated. He's been so invested in the sport of football. When finding out there's going to be a 7-on-7 season, well, that isn't exactly tailored to his skill set, but he responded as a leader for his team. It is because of his leadership, loyalty, and love for football that Griffin Miller will receive football's Varsity Club Award. And I'm pleased to introduce Miss Laura Polito and cross country. Coach Corey coming up too. Beautiful.
Before I say anything about our athletes, I just wanted to give a quick thank you to Coach True and also to Coach Snow and Coach Peterson. It was Coach M and I's first season here at Lake Region High School, so they were just very helpful to us. And I also wanted to thank our whole team for being so welcoming and gracious from the very beginning. We appreciated it so much. So the first award we're going to give out is the Varsity Club Award for Boys Cross Country. Coach M and I had many conversations about how badly we wanted to see this particular athlete run a personal record time because of how hard he worked all season. He inched closer and closer each race, steadily improving until he did, in fact, run a lifetime PR at Western Mains to end his senior season as a Laker. He was also one of our smartest racers and most consistent performers. He was incredibly helpful to Coach M and I in our first year coaching the team. He was always willing to provide an answer whenever we would ask, how did this work in the past, which was often. He could always be counted on to put the team before himself, leading course walks and warm-ups, providing his teammates with post-race chocolate milk, and ensuring that everyone supported each other in practices and at meets. Perhaps his greatest contribution was convincing his younger sister to join us. I'm kidding, but we are very grateful for that as well and expect him to come to a future meet or two and cheer her on. Justin Lees is a model student athlete, and we are pleased to present him with the 2021 Varsity Club Award for Boys Cross Country. Our next award is the Varsity Club Award for Girls Cross Country. This athlete stepped up and served as a captain for the girls team. She's one of our most experienced runners and a natural leader. My favorite memory of her is from our home meet, our very rainy home meet. On our course, there's a very steep hill in about the final half mile of the race, and I was waiting there at the top to give our runners some encouragement at what is arguably the toughest point in the race. And then I saw this particular athlete come around the corner, and I opened my mouth to yell to her and say something, but as soon as I saw her face, I closed my mouth because her expression just said, "Do not mess with me," and it was scary. And so she proceeded to just power up that hill all on her own, and she was covered in mud, and she placed in the top 5 for our team. She has something that I wish I could give every runner, and that is grit. Even though she wasn't at her fastest when she entered the season, we quickly learned that she was going to give 100% in every race. We believe that Libby Blaze has a lot of unfinished business on the cross-country course and can't wait to see what she does in her senior year. We are pleased to present her with the 2021 Varsity Club Award for Girls Cross Country. And she wasn't able to make it tonight. Our final award is the Dandor Spirit Award. This award is given annually to a deserving cross-country athlete who best exemplifies the attributes of loyalty, love for team and school, and a passion for the sport. Coach Dorr's coached here for 22 years, inspiring many student athletes and almost never missed a home game in any sport. He always called you by name, and while it may not have been your correct name, it was always by design. He went out of his way to speak to everyone and share a warm hello. Coach Dorr's was a Laker through and through and passed away unexpectedly in January of 2018. I was fortunate to know Coach Dorr's when I was a track athlete at Freiburg Academy, and the Lake Region team would join us for practices. The many stories that have been shared by current Lake Region athletes have reinforced my own fond memories of Coach Dorr's, and for this reason, I am honored to present the 2021 Dandor Spirit Award to an athlete who was coached by Mr. Dorr's himself. I believe this athlete competed at the state meet as a freshman under Coach Dorr's, and he has been among the team's top varsity runners ever since. He has mastered the art of hurting while running and can be counted on to give 100% in a race. He is a competitor but also shows excellent sportsmanship by making a point to congratulate his opponents and chat with them after races. He is willing to share his experiences with younger athletes on the team and gives them someone to look up to. He plans to take his running to the next level as he enters college in the fall, and we have no doubt he can excel as long as he puts his mind to it. I am pleased to present the 2021 Dandor Spirit Award to Nathan Casali. And now Coach Raka Shane will come up for cheering.
Okay, so my award is going to the captain of the cheer squad for this year, which was obviously our season is no different than any of yours. It was abbreviated and we did a lot of improvising. But this girl has just shown her true colors this year in so many ways. Not only as a leader for cheer, but in academics. COVID has hit everyone hard, but I remember us taking a walk at the beginning of the school year on the track and talking about goals. And she had a goal this year, and she has surpassed that goal as far as academics are concerned, with her GPA like just skyrocketing, and her focus and her maturity has grown leaps and bounds. I can't be any more proud of this girl. I cannot be any more proud of the fact that she has stepped up as cheer captain, sole captain, and led our cheer squad in maturity and commitment. This girl did not miss a single practice for fall, and then even in winter we didn't really have a season, but we worked out and we worked on routines, and she was there every single day. She's shown the younger, newer members of our squad what it means to be a Laker and what it means to be a cheerleader, and I am just so leaps and bounds proud of this kid. So the Varsity Club Award for cheering goes to Shivani Prado.
Thank you very much, and how about a big round of applause for all of our fall coaches. You folks may return to your seat. Thank you. The Western Maine Conference is comprised of 16 schools and is regarded as one of the top athletic conferences in the state of Maine. To be named to an all-conference team is an outstanding accomplishment. If we could please hold our applause until all of these student athletes come down front to be recognized. The 2020 Western Maine Conference All-Conference Fall Athletes, representing golf, Noah Dupre. Representing boys soccer, Jason Harlow, Logan Parsons, Logan Davis, Giovanni Lopez, Colby Cheney, Christian Atwood. Representing girls soccer, Mackenzie Siebert, Bella Russo, Shelby Lynn Sheldrick, and Rebecca Roy. Representing cross country, Nathan Casale and Carly Dyer. Representing field hockey, Leah Brogan, Abby Elsesser, Elle Hall, and Chantel Simons. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our Fall Western Maine Conference All-Conference recipients. Thank you. To be named to the Western Maine Conference All-Academic Team, the student athlete must be a senior who has maintained a cumulative grade point average of a 93 or better. Again, please hold your applause until these student athletes are down front. Western Maine Conference All-Academic Team representing the cross-country team, Justin Lees, Daniel Brewer, Sanjay Tucker, Nathan Casale. Representing the boys soccer team, Casey Berger. Representing the field hockey team, Allison Vogel. And representing the girls soccer team, Shannon Hansen and Isabella Russo.
Oh yeah! Yeah, KCC!
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is our Western Maine Conference All-Academic Student Athletes. Congratulations. Thank you to Mrs. Johnson. Okay, if I could have Allison Vogel and Noah Dupre please come to the front of the gym. So each year, the Maine Field Hockey Association chooses, and this is due to our coaches' efforts in membership and participation. Again, many of these awards do not happen without the background work from our coaches. And I'm happy and pleased to announce that Allison Vogel has been named Maine Field Hockey Association Academic All-State Recipient. Congratulations, Alice. And as already noted, I didn't have an opportunity to make this presentation at the Western Maine Conference Golf Championships, but it goes without saying that champions come to us far and few between, and it's quite an honor to be crowning a champion of our own, and I'm very pleased to be presenting Noah Dupre for the Western Maine Conference Golf Champion from this past fall. Congratulations, Noah. All right, at this time, it's time for a slideshow to showcase our winter student athletes. Should we hum a Van Halen tune or something like that to go with?
It used to have music. I don't know.
one over there too. I didn't even realize. Are you serious?
You've been twisting yourself around.
Literally what I just said to you. I didn't hear you. I go, that's when I said to you, you go, I don't care. I just don't listen to what you say. I hate you. Fun sitting in Naples Pizza by yourself. I can easily find a red one. No, it's not too bad.
At this time, I'd like to ask for all of the winter coaches to come on down and please be seated in the Laker chairs. I hope not. That worked. And just before they get to this seat, we're going to start things off with Coach Snow and Coach Karen and indoor track.
I forgot to give her this earlier. We didn't have any meets, but we did practice almost every day. We often wouldn't start until she showed up. She didn't miss many practices. She did arrive. I would say she arrived on time for most of them. She was kind of the boss, not like a captain, more like a boss. Like any ideas that I had or the teammates had about something different we could do to make it more interesting, you really had to get her approval, which was fun. I wish we had a season, but I'm so happy she came back this year. The Varsity Club Award for girls winter track and field goes to Chantel Simons. He surprised me this year. I think he was all in on everything that we did this season, no matter how goofy, painful, or exhausting. Like a couple times I would say, because we didn't have the gym, so we're outside, hey, today let's run around the gym for, let's run around the building for 30 minutes. And he'd be like, okay. Occasionally in the winter and quite a few times in the spring, he has shown leadership qualities, so much so that I'm optimistic and look forward to him being a leader for our indoor and outdoor teams next year. The Varsity Club Award for boys winter track and field goes to Alex Cavallo. Next is Mr. Brewer for ice hockey.
Another younger version of our ice hockey coach. This is a direct quote from Coach Neiman, who had work commitments and couldn't be here this evening. Aiden has shown tremendous growth over the past year. There'll be no suspense in these words. First year working with the team in Aiden, and knew the team culture. Aiden was our most improved player and showed great signs of sportsmanship along with leadership abilities. Aiden was a role model for our sophomores and freshmen and was key in helping groom our younger defensemen to take on bigger roles this coming season. It was great to work with him and see him progress personally with ice hockey. I wish Aiden the best of luck in his future endeavors. 2021 Ice Hockey Varsity Club Award goes to Aiden Foster.
Oh, yeah!
Next, I'm going to present the stand-in for Coach Martin in boys basketball, and that'll be myself. Again, a direct quote from Coach Martin. I chose Daniel Brewer for the basketball award because each day he showcases selflessness and a positive attitude. Daniel showed up to every practice and gave his best effort while also cheering on his teammates regardless of if he was ever in the game or not. Every single day, Daniel demonstrated tremendous leadership skills by showing what it takes to be a team player. He would make sure the locker room was clean and everything was picked up long after practice and everybody was gone. Dan is the most responsible player that I have ever been around. Daniel would do whatever was best for the Lake Region boys basketball program, and I'm extremely fortunate to have been able to coach Daniel Brewer for 2 seasons. It is my pleasure to present the Boys Basketball Varsity Club Award to Daniel Brewer. So each year we recognize a contributor in the boys basketball program. Typically we do it at one of our home games. Unfortunately, without fans in attendance, that was a little bit difficult to do. The Bill Shane Award is given annually to a Lake Region basketball supporter who best exemplifies what Lake Region basketball stands for: teamwork, sportsmanship, dedication, and the desire to win. And those of you know, Bill has passed on, however, still remains a major piece of Lake Region athletics here. So the gentleman I'm very pleased to be acknowledging and recognizing tonight, in my opinion, this award has been long overdue for him. He has been involved in our basketball program long before I arrived, so I'm only going to take a stab at it and say probably for the last 30 to 40 years. He continues at his young age to referee rec basketball games free of charge. He always has, and he continues to mentor while he's officiating the basketball players in our program. He's been a huge supporter in terms of a media outlet, a source that our student athletes and our community loves to pick up a paper every Thursday to check out the local action. And it is my pleasure to present this year's Bill Shane Award to Wayne Rivet. Next on the docket will be the Girls Basketball Varsity Club Award. This young lady began playing basketball with 10 other classmates and is graduating as the lone senior on our team. A testament to her approach to adversity and not being afraid of hard work. She is a leader who cares about her teammates and inspires others by her effort. It's hard to be complacent when Shauna Hancock is on the floor. I am pleased to present the Girls Basketball Varsity Club Award to Shauna Hancock. At this time, I'd like to introduce Coach Kurt Berger and Alpine Ski.
I'd like to also take this opportunity to thank Julie and Courtney and also Coach True for being such an advocate for the sports this season. And I know your advocacy for this ski season, it couldn't have happened without you, so really wanted to thank you for that. And also wanted to acknowledge Coach Scott Davis, who we co-coached together this season and unfortunately couldn't be here tonight. I've had the privilege of coaching with this senior class since they started skiing as sixth graders. It's been pretty remarkable to see how they've progressed, not only as students and athletes. They've really turned into some remarkable young adults. It's really exciting to see them advance as they start heading off to college and the next part of their lives. So I'd like to acknowledge our first varsity award winner. This award goes to a young man who consistently has just been a force on the ski team, has consistently been a top, usually in the top three, usually winning both events in GS and slalom, has been a role model for all his teammates, and also has kind of set the standard. The last 2 years, for 2 years, we've been the Sportsmanship Award winners, so I think that says a lot for the character of our team. This young man also was the Western Maine Conference Slalom and GS Championship this year. So this goes to Logan Davis. This next award goes to a young lady as well who's has shown nothing but great character, leadership, been a role model. Also consistently throughout her ski career has been in the top three in both slalom and GS. Is a ski instructor up at Shawnee Peak. This award goes to Allison Vogel. I also have the honor of presenting the annual Carol Yelker Ski Award. The Carol Yelker Memorial Ski Award is given in memory of Carol Frances Yelker, class of 1970, who was a skier with grace, speed, precision, daring, but most of all, love for the sport. She grew up skiing, experiencing the sport first from a backpack on the back of her father, who was the Bridgeton Academy Outing Club director. Once she took her first steps, quickly advancing to skiing on her own. She skied for the Bridgeton High School girls ski team and was on the first Lake Region High School ski team in 1970. Carol was a ski instructor at Pleasant Mountain before attending and graduating from Rocky Mountain College in Billings, Montana, with a degree in outdoor recreation. She returned to New England after graduation and taught skiing in Maine and New Hampshire. Carol died in a car accident in New Hampshire in 1977. The memorial was established to remember Carol's skill and love for skiing, but also as much for her happy nature and likable personality. She was enthusiastic, full of life, and fun to be around. And this award goes to someone who demonstrates those qualities. The recipient of this award, much like Carol, began skiing at a very young age, often in the backpack of his dad. Has a passion for skiing his whole life, has been a quiet leader of the team, also consistently earning points for the team, has been a role model academically and as an athlete. And I couldn't be more proud to present this award to my son, Casey Berger.
Once again, a big round of applause to our winter coaches who are here with us tonight. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce the Western Maine Conference All-Conference recipients. And again, ask that you please hold your applause until all these individuals are down here. Representing the boys basketball team, Evan Willie and Liam Grass. Representing the girls basketball team, Shauna Hancock and Shelby Lynn Sheldrick. Representing our Alpine ski team, Logan Davis, Brandon Beednow, Zach Vogel, Ashley Pelletier, Lauren Roy, and Allie Vogel. Once again, a nice round of applause for our Western Maine Conference Winter All-Conference recipients. Congratulations. Our Winter All-Academic recipients. Again, please hold your applause. Representing the boys basketball team, Daniel Brewer. Representing the Alpine ski team, Allison Vogel, Sophia Layton, Casey Berger, Emma Cole. Representing our track and field team, Sanjay Tucker. Please come forward. Again, congratulations to our Winter All-Academic team. Congratulations. Okay, at this time, if I could have Logan Davis, Evan Willie, and Shauna Hancock, please come forward. Unfortunately, I tried to get Logan's medals that he had hanging around his neck this winter, but I couldn't retrieve them for today. So special recognition. First, both Evan and Shauna were selected to the McDonald's All-State team. And for those of you who are not familiar with that process, the Coaches Association choose 10 seniors from each region, and these two represented Lake Region High School, spanning classes AA, A, and B. So they were one of 10 of those individuals chosen, and it's quite an honor. Unfortunately, again, this year has been a little bit different, so they didn't have the opportunity to go to Husson College for the weekend and kind of take in all of the pageantry. But it's quite an honor, and we're very proud of both Evan and Shauna for their hard work on the hardwood. Congratulations. And then what this young man has achieved is pretty incredible. As his coach already stated, Logan, if he didn't crash because of his aggressiveness, was the top skier in every race, every week, no matter who he was competing against. He was clearly the best alpine GS and slalom racer that there was every day out on skis. And it is my pleasure again to announce and crown a champion from Lake Region High School, as Logan Davis was the Alpine GS and Slalom Western Maine Conference champion. Congratulations. All right, at this time, I would like all of the spring coaches to please come forward. And while they're coming forward, please enjoy some captured moments from the spring.
Yeah, Coach Lawson. Let's go, Lawson. Yeah, Coach Lawson. He's looking good, man. Guys, look closely. You might be able to see me in my back. Yellow back. If you get the award, he's here near the end. She started this year from nothing. He's basically one of the leaders of the team. Always wants to be there. Brings the captain to every single practice.
Is Kevin Murphy still here shooting photo? Oh, right here in front. Kevin, could you just please stand to be recognized? Thank you. So Kevin had recently shared some of the statistics and numbers of the amount of games and student athletes that he has taken photos of. Again, all for his love for athletics and the student athletes that play. And again, Kevin, we just thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Some great memories. Thank you. We're going to kick off the spring season with girls track and Mr. Dana Karen.
Normally, as girls coach, I would present the girls award. And Mark and I had a discussion and we were saying, let's change it up because I normally deal with the boy who's going to get this award, and Mark normally deals with the girl. So that, I thought that was our agreement. We also agreed to dress up today, but that's an ad-lib. All right. Okay, so sometimes it happens every year, sometimes it happens every once in a while, but you get an athlete or a student who joins your team who makes your team better. And better is in quotes, because sometimes it makes it better in a winning sense, scoring sense, or a performance sense. But this athlete, student, has made our team better in quality. He's been with us since his freshman year, and he gradually improved his running and throwing and scoring statistics, but that's not what he really contributed to the team. He had character, his attitude, his demeanor, his approach, all these type of things are what we want we all want, and we're lucky to have when we get it. You can rely on him. He's the kind of guy that would help the new athletes. He's the kind of guy that you could talk real with. He's the kind of guy that you're never going to be disappointed with. And it's the kind of guy I'm going to miss. Don't even get me started on his eclectic collection of pens and his languages that he may speak, but I would list many other reasons. But for all that, I just want to congratulate and give this year's Varsity Club Award in boys track and field to Sonya Tucker. Now, Mark.
I congratulate this girl for surviving the pressure of being an all-conference state meet medalist, New England qualifier freshman year, to qualify for the state meet in 3 individual events this year and be an excellent role model for our young team. The Varsity Club for girls outdoor track and field goes to Leah Plummer. Coach Dorner, tennis.
First, I'd like to start off that I'd like to say thank you to everybody to allow the tennis coach or the tennis team to be able to participate for this first year. This was the first year that we were a varsity program since 2014. So the individual I do want to go through and recognize was one of our 2 captains for the boys tennis team this past spring. He lived up to the expectations of what a true captain actually represents. He has gone about being the biggest supporter of this program, of the sport, worked hard in recruiting players to be a part of our ever-growing team. He would serve on this team since the start of his sophomore year as a player that had barely touched a racket, but coming to an individual trip where no one else actually attended to the Apex Center with Mr. Custo and myself, I knew this individual was hooked. I mean, he wanted to come out and work hard. He enjoyed it, loved it, and it really showed. His hard work on developing into our top tennis player this year had paid off. What I admire most about him is his ability to get to the ball at all times, using his athleticism, And most of all, when we were playing a match in Freiburg, he comes over to me and says, "Coach, I finally figured it out. I know how to read my opponent, know how he's getting points, and know how to get my points against him." That right there showed me that he knew what it took to be a good tennis player, and yet still continued to grow and ever grow in the sport. Which, when I go to look at this now, and I hope that he will continue to move on and possibly play tennis in whichever form that he does, I definitely wish him luck. I will miss his leadership, his dedication to our team, but just remember that Coach Harlow and myself always told you, Omar all along, just have fun.
Let's go!
Next up for girls tennis is Mrs. Jenny Dunn.
was told not to touch the mic. So the person chosen for the Girls Tennis Award, first of all, I want to thank for helping me out getting through the season as my first year. And so the person chosen, she has shown nothing but leadership since day one as our senior captain and our #1 singles player. Her dedication and determination to improve every single day really set the tone for all the other girls on the team. She was always the first one at practice, most of the time before me, last one to leave, usually after me, and she was working on the basics of her game every single chance she got, so much to the point where she even broke her racket because she overused it too much. That's some strength. So as a coach, you couldn't ask for better qualities in an athlete, and so thank you for being a great leader, on and off the court, of course. So this year's tennis award goes to Mercedes Martin.
Yeah, Mercedes! Gotta be supportive of the homies. 2021, baby! Woo!
And now for boys lacrosse, Mr. George Lawson.
Yeah, Lawson.
First, thanks to the Lake Region community for this is my first year here, and I feel I've been welcomed and supported greatly by the athletic department and the whole community. The boys Varsity Club Award does not go to a boy, it goes to a young man who came to practice ready and on time every single day except one. On that day, he was helping someone else. He shagged balls without ever being told every single day. When we asked for volunteers to stay until 7:30 at night, and these guys haven't eaten since lunch, to help with the youth lacrosse, he instantly said yes. He encourages his teammates, shouts the loudest on team cheers. When we lose, he sucks it up. When we've won, he's been very modest. On top of that, he plays the most difficult position in lacrosse at the most risk of injury with the weirdest looking lacrosse stick. I'm speaking of sophomore goalie Drew Edwards. Not only is he a fine example of a teammate, he has recorded over 201 saves this season, averaging over 18 saves per game. So thank you very much, Andrew. Next is Coach Keenan, girls cross.
Thank you, Coach. Our choice for the Varsity Club Award is this very special young lady with a big, gentle heart off the field. On the field, she's a fierce competitor who we've all enjoyed watching play defense for years. She'll be attending Liberty University in the fall, which I know she's going to love. This year's Varsity Club Award goes to Renee Carver.
What a beast! Renee.
Next up is our softball coach, Coach Rock.
All right. Coach Rock, my first year. I'd like to say sorry to Julie, Courtney, and Paul for all the stupid questions that I may have or have asked. Usually I get to stand up in front of everyone and kind of act kind of, silly or whatever. The person we chose, it was a coach's decision, is Melissa Mayer. And I would like Melissa to come up here. So, Melissa's no stranger to being the center, being in the center of the field. All eyes are on her. And I thought at one point that I had her kind of figured out. Coaching her for many years, and her being a close friend of my daughter's. With a mask on, it's very difficult. And I didn't know who I was talking to some days, but there's no one with a better work ethic, no one that desires perfection. And when I think that you've hit your ceiling, I'm amazed and I'm shocked. And I look forward to 2 more years of you in the circle. And I look forward to what you're going to accomplish in the other 2 sports. I'm very proud of you. Coach, thank you, baseball.
Good evening. So when I present an award, I always try to connect it to a movie because that's pretty much what I connect everything to. So I will use this movie, and most of the parents and adults in the room will get it, most of the kids will have no idea what I'm talking about. The movie Rudy, that was voted on in the 90s as the only movie a man could cry at. I never cried, there just happened to be something in my eye towards the end every time I watched the movie, so just wanted to get that out there. This young man is the epitome of teen. He has a bigger heart than this gym could hold, and he not only is a great kid or a great teammate, but a great young man. It was a hard decision who to pick this year. I had 2 outstanding seniors. I had one who had been with me since his freshman year, and then we had one that joined us this year just, I guess somebody asked him. Thankfully they did, and he showed me what character was. I was lucky enough to play for Coach Flaherty, but unfortunately I never saw what true compassion for a teammate, always willing to do something for somebody without even asking. It is truly inspiring, and if you've ever met this young man, you know exactly what I'm talking about, even if you've met him for 10 seconds. It is very difficult to replace him, even though he's only been around for 2 months. I thank him for giving me the opportunity to coach him. The other coaches that I have talked to that have had the privilege of coaching him used words like selfless and a great teammate. And there is not another young man who deserves this award or any other award than Danny Murphy. Come on up. I should have said this first. I want to say thank you. I apologize to Courtney, to Julie, and to Assistant Coach True. He helped us out at the middle school level. We are thinking of bringing him back next year, but at a lower salary. So I'd like to turn it back over to Mr. True for some closing ceremony.
Coach True will not be returning to his 7th grade managerial position next spring. But thank you for the offer. Once again, how about a big round of applause for all of our spring coaches. Thank you, folks. You can head back to your seat. She may find herself a little bit lonely up here, but before I get to her, the Western Maine Conference teams and recipients have not been announced for most teams at this point. A lot of those will be coming out over the next few days, so those are not final decision. But in one sport, it has been announced. So representing the girls tennis team as a Western Maine Conference, all conference recipient, and please don't quote me, but I think this is the first girls tennis player that has garnered that honor. So I'm super excited to bring Mercedes Martin forward. Yes, thank you, Mercedes. Okay, next, our spring Western Maine Conference All Academic recipients. Please hold your applause until all of these folks are front and center. Representing girls tennis, Abigail Scarlett. Representing boys tennis, Jonas Edwards. Representing girls lacrosse, Bella Russo, Mackenzie Sieber, Allison Vogel. Representing boys lacrosse, Casey Berger. Representing outdoor track and field, Nate Casale, Sanjay Tucker. Representing outdoor track and field girls, Sierra Grover, Emma Cole. Congratulations, and ladies and gentlemen, our Western Maine Conference All Academic recipients from this spring. Well done. If Stephanie Davis could please come forward to help us with the next presentation. So the presentation of chords. Hopefully I can explain this in the correct way, but the chords represent to our seniors a sport that has been fulfilled, completed for all 4 years during that season. For example, if an athlete completed a fall sport all 4 years, they'll be receiving 1 chord. If they are a multi-sport athlete, they'll be receiving either 2 or 3 chords, which is an amazing honor because it represents their dedication for all 4 years of their high school career. So those student athletes who will be receiving 1 chord, please hold your applause until all of these folks have their chord. Receiving 1 chord, Brandon Beednell, Luke Blaze, Joseph Bueller, Omar El-Alam, Kayla Ferguson, Liam Grass, Sierra Grover, Shannon Hansen, Trevor Hill, Sierra Huggins, Aiden LaJoy, Justin Lees, Giovanni Lopez, Griffin Miller, Daniel Murphy, Freedom Potter, Abigail Scarlett, and Evan Willie. All right, I want to see this. Evan, without, you can't bend over, you can't bend over. All right. Once again, receiving 1 chord to our senior student athletes. Congratulations. Thank you. Receiving 2 cords this evening, Christian Atwood, Daniel Brewer, Leah Brogan, Nathan Casale, Emma Cole, Aiden Foster, Shauna Hancock, Iona. Thank you. Somebody want to say it for me? Iona! Oh, Katsianis, is that close? Thank you. I butcher that every time. Mercedes Martin, Logan Parsons, Rebecca Roy, Isabella Russo, Mackenzie Siebert, Shauna Silk, Chantel Simons, Sanjay Tucker. Again, completing 2 sports, all 4 years of high school. Congratulations to these seniors. Well done. Participating in a sport each and every season, all 4 years. Casey Berger, Renee Carver, Logan Davis, Jason Harlow, Madison Martin, Allison Vogel. Congratulations to our athletes receiving 3 cords. Tremendous job. Thank you. Next, it is my pleasure to recognize Present Varsity Club President's Awards. These individual student athletes have been an absolute pleasure to work with. They are outstanding student, and I emphasize student athletes, and they will be 3 of the 4 will be sorely missed. So first, recognizing our Vice President of Special Events, Rebecca Roy. Our Vice President in charge of Winter Carnival, he got lucky with that one, however, was again instrumental in our club and what we did in our meetings, and his opinion was always valued. Daniel Brewer. Our Vice President of Homecoming, and will be my lone returning starter next year on the Varsity Club, is L. Hall. And recognizing the president of this year's Varsity Club, again, what a pleasure it was, Logan Davis. Once again, please recognize with me the presidents of our Varsity Club. Thank you. Okay, the next two student athletes that I would like to recognize each year, each school in the Western Maine Conference, so 16 schools, choose a male and a female that best demonstrates effort, leadership, well-rounded achievement, which exemplifies the finest qualities among students in our conference. These two represented Lake Region High School, and I'm proud to recognize for the female Allison Vogel and the male Casey Berger. Once again, receiving the Western Maine Conference Citizenship Award. Congratulations. Okay, I've been instructed to say this several times, so I'm not going to forget. So from here on out, the award winners that come forward, as soon as you receive your award and the appropriate applause, if you would report to my left, near the L, Coach Rivet is going to take some photos. So it's my pleasure to introduce the Principal Award winners. These awards are given to a senior who has excelled in leadership, academics, and athletics. To be named to a Principal's Award winner, you must have a GPA of 90 or better and have been named an all-conference player during a sports season during their career. The 2021 Principal Award winners are, please hold your applause until they're all down here, Allison Vogel, Isabella Russo, Mackenzie Siebert, Shauna Hancock, Rebecca Roy, Giovanni Lopez, Nathan Casale, and Casey Berger. Once again, congratulations to our Principal Award winners. I'll give this crew just a moment for photos. So to kick off the first of our major individual awards, these awards, with the exception of the Coach of the Year award, is voted on by the entire body of our coaching staff. So the first award that I would like to present is the Sonya Flanagan Kenniston Award. The Sonya Flanagan Kenniston Award for the Outstanding Female Athlete is given in memory of Sonya Flanagan, a 1971 Lake Region graduate. While at Lake Region High School, Sonya participated in a lot of activities, particularly the yearbook. She came to Lake Region High School in the 11th grade for 2 years. Before this, Casco and Bridgeton were separate schools. Upon arriving at Lake Region High School, she was involved in many sports: field hockey, basketball, softball, and track. Sonya was never a star, captain, or high scorer, but always first to practice, last to leave, and always helped taking care of the equipment. She was the first true Laker. After graduation, Sonya returned to Lake Region and did photography classes for sports teams. Sonya was killed in an auto accident in the mid-1970s. This female athlete is a true testament of fortitude, resilience, and grit. She is a three-sport athlete, a multi-sport all-conference performer, and most impressive is her coachability. After recovering from a major surgery, she was immediately put in a major role in a new position in field hockey. Without hesitation, she accepted the challenge and became one of the league's best goalies. This athlete was named All-Conference in Alpine and is the anchor of an outstanding defense in girls lacrosse. A true testament to never giving up and that hard work really does pay off. She has had an outstanding career and a tremendous senior year. Allie is what a Laker should be, leading by example on and off the field of competition. This year's Female Athlete of the Year is Allison Vogel. Allie, autographs and pictures over here, please. Thank you. The Steve Gammon Award is given annually to the most outstanding male athlete. Steve was an exceptional scholar athlete in the class of 1972. He was a two-sport athlete competing in football and basketball. Steve was a tenacious competitor who always gave 100%. One of Steve's most admired qualities was his generosity. This award is given in his honor for his dedication and love for the game. This athlete is a standout three-sport performer. Whether preparing for the pitch, the slope, or the diamond, there is one constant. He will give you all he's got all the time. Coaches often talk about never taking an opportunity for granted, and whatever you do, do it to the best of your ability. I believe this young man is an example of the message coaches are trying to instill in their athletes. He is a rare athlete that leads by example, is a standout in whatever sport he's playing, and will speak up when he knows something needs to be said. He's not going to succumb to peer pressure, but rather do what is right. He has had an amazing 4 years and has developed into a tremendous leader. All of his trials and tribulations came to a peak of his journey this winter as he was crowned a champion, a two-time Western Maine Conference Alpine champion. The 2021 Male Athlete of the Year is Logan Davis. The Sportsmanship Awards. It is my honor to presenting what may be the most significant award of the evening. The Sportsmanship Award will be given to a male and female athlete who possesses high moral character and a respect for both the sports they play as well as the opponents they face. I have personally witnessed on many occasions these two athletes demonstrating acts of outstanding sportsmanship. The 2021 Female Sportsmanship Award. Tonight's recipient seems to bring a positive energy on whatever team she's a part of. Thankfully for us, she's a three-sport athlete, so she has had an impact on a lot of student athletes as well as the coaches that she has played for. This young lady understands the importance of dedication, work ethic, teamwork, and attitude. She is a player you can count on. If there is a workout, a practice, or a game, she will be there and will make everyone around her better for it. This athlete is not afraid to try new activities, and it has always amazed me how quickly she adapts to the fundamentals of the new challenge. I guess it should not be a surprise because there is a correlation between work ethic and success. Whether I see this young lady in the hallway, at school, or out on a field, it is definitely that big smile that will always be her trademark. She has made every Laker team better that she's been a part of, and I am pleased to present this year's Female Sportsmanship Award to Chantel Simons. Don't be nervous, Chantel. We're all watching the photo shoot and enjoying it with you. The 2021 Male Sportsmanship Award winner. Tonight's male recipient is quiet and unassuming. He may not be the best athlete on the teams he belongs to. However, according to his coaches, he is a very valued member. He has a high degree of intellect in his approach to athletics. He is willing to try new concepts and picks up on the new skill set very quickly. Attention to detail comes to my mind when I think of this athlete. I often talk about two aspects of sports that each student athlete themselves can control, and they are attitude and effort. This young man possesses a tremendous attitude and always gives his best effort. He always tries his best and is gracious in victory and defeat. One of his coaches commented on his consistent approach every day. Consistency in attitude, effort, and his willingness to be coached. Tonight's recipient has made a huge impact on the teams he participates on. His approach is refreshing, and it has been a pleasure to watch him quietly lead by example. This year's Male Sportsmanship Award winner is Sanjay Tucker. This year's 2021 Lake Region Coach of the Year. It is always an honor to present the Coach of the Year award. This year is no exception in my excitement to make this presentation. Our Coach of the Year is a 2002 graduate of a Western Maine Conference school, Greeley High School. After graduating from high school, this coach attended St. Joseph's College. After 2 years of college, he made the decision to enter the trade field as a mason, where he enjoyed an 18-year career. Now, when he tells his athletes, leave no stone unturned when it comes to their preparation, he literally left no stone unturned for 18 years. In terms of work ethic and professional development, he has garnered 4 U.S. soccer licenses, he coaches 2 different clubs, and is very, very involved with our youth programs. This coach has been recognized twice with Sportsmanship Awards, a 2018 Western Maine Board of Officials Award, and a 2019 National Federation of High School Sports Spirit of Sport Award, when he orchestrated an opportunity for a young man in a wheelchair to score a goal in a varsity game and forever create a memory that that young man will never forget. This gentleman has created a wiffle ball field in his backyard, complete with a green monster, has a room in his house painted black and yellow. The song that he and his bride were introduced to was the song that is played when the Bruins score a goal, and he's still married. This fall, Coach Harlock led our Lakers to a 9-1 win-loss record. Certainly the best finish that a Laker team has enjoyed. More importantly, he understands the true essence of sport. Whether he acknowledges a graduate who won't be marching with his class due to a tragic accident, a staff member fighting a battle against cancer, or an opposing team who has a young man that just wants to belong. Ryan's teams have been on the forefront supporting very important issues. My hat goes off to him in being a tremendous role model for all of our young men. He is currently married, and I'd like these folks to stand, please. Married to wife Jackie, and they have 4 children, Jason, Marissa, William, and Theodore. If they could stand to be recognized. Thank you for being here in such an important recognition. It is my pleasure to present this year's Coach of the Year Award to boys soccer coach Ryan Harlock.
Importantly, my team. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much. I took this role 4 years ago, not knowing where we would go as a team. I knew this year would definitely be a special one. Unfortunately, COVID hit, and we don't know how far we would have gone. But thank you. Thank you to my players. You're the real reason I won this award. Thank you.
Had to check my watch. We've done pretty well on time for those who try to give me jabs about how long this event usually goes. So in closing, especially to the class of 2021, and I guess I really can't even say a year because it's been like 16 or 17 months where life as we knew it has been turned upside down. I truly, truly appreciate your flexibility, your attitude and effort in dealing with all of the guidelines and mandates that, as everybody knows, literally changed on a weekly basis. So thank you for your flexibility. I hope in years to come that you continue to look back with fond memories. I appreciate all the sweat, blood, and tears that it takes to be a Laker on the field of competition and your work in the classroom. And I'm just, I'm truly touched by your camaraderie, and I wish the class of 2021 nothing but the best in your future endeavors. Thank you all very much for being here tonight to celebrate with us. God bless and safe travels. Thank you.